We will explore the exciting prospect brought by Utah Jazz player John Collins to the San Antonio Spurs during the media outreach event. October 2nd brought excitement and anticipation around the NBA, and all eyes were on the teams as they held their traditional media day. Although big names like Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, Coach Popovich, and Victor Wembanyama were present, it was John Collins' statement that stood out. The player, who was previously on the radar of many trade rumors involving the Spurs, has brought exciting prospects to the surface for the San Antonio team. Let's explore the implications of these words and what they could mean for the future of the Spurs, as well as the NBA as a whole. Victor Wembanyama shares his excitement about joining the San Antonio Spurs during Media Day. San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama revealed what delights him most about his new team so far. As is common among early draft picks, Victor Wembanyama is not joining an elite team. The top half of the NBA draft is often occupied by rebuilding franchises, and the San Antonio Spurs are no exception. After adding Wembanyama and other changes to the team during the offseason to strengthen the young core, Spurs are on track to compete in the coming years. Wembanyama arrives at Spurs with all eyes on him. He is possibly the biggest media attraction to play in San Antonio, surpassing Tim Duncan and Kawhi Leonard, who kept a lower profile in the media. With all the attention on him and the young Spurs squad, one should not expect instant success, and he appears to be aware of that. During Spurs Media Day, Wembanyama gave a speech with great enthusiasm. When asked what motivates him most about being part of the young squad, he demonstrated that he understands that immediate achievement may not be realistic. Instead, he praised his teammates' dedication. "Even before I got here, I was aware of it, but these guys really give it their all," Wemby said. "Even in training, they show a burning passion. This inner flame, which burns within each one, is shared by the entire team. Everyone is giving their all, even in training. I'm sure everyone is willing to do sacrifices and do whatever is necessary to achieve victory. With a talented but very young squad, Spurs will certainly need great determination to achieve more than 35 wins, which would be the most since 2019. Wembanyama will be the star of the team, and his group of teammates seem to understand the style of basketball they will adopt this season: energetic, fun, and electrifying. In fact, they can surprise fans with their play thanks to the unique skills they possess. Fans should not start the 2023-24 season with unreasonable expectations, but if Wemby and Spurs get off to a solid start or show some promise, the work ethic that most young teams lack could see them reach great heights above than expected. After just a few months with this team, Wembanyama already has a clear vision of what's to come. Another news that has come out also: why John Collins is a source of optimism for the San Antonio Spurs on Media Day. Utah Jazz player John Collins brought bright prospects to the San Antonio Spurs. The second day of October was a busy day in the NBA, and the San Antonio Spurs were not left out. Like across the league, teams held Media Day, and the Spurs were no exception. Despite notable appearances from Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, Coach Pop, and Victor Wembanyama, it was the Utah Jazz's John Collins who really caught the eye. Collins was acquired by the Jazz from the Atlanta Hawks earlier this season. Collins was previously the subject of many trade rumors involving the Spurs, but he appears to be adapting well in Utah and is eager to contribute to wins there. However, he gave some insight into his time in Atlanta, stating that there was no team mentality there and that things were driven by ego. "What really surprised me here is the lack of ego," Collins said. "It's refreshing to have a group of players who truly value team play and want it. This news is very encouraging for Spurs fans." Last summer, the Spurs sent All-Star point guard DeJounte Murray to the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks had hopes that Murray would team up with Trae Young and form one of the best young defensive duos in the league. Murray became so involved with the Hawks that they agreed to send several draft picks to the Spurs. San Antonio holds Atlanta's first-round picks in 2025 and 2027, with the possibility of trading them in 2026. Naturally, none of those picks are protected. If Atlanta's organization really is as troubled as Collins suggests, then these 3 picks should be in the top 20 of the draft, or even in the lottery. Clearly, the Hawks took a chance and were unsuccessful. Normally, when a team goes all in and doesn't succeed, at least they have some picks to compensate. 3 first-round picks give the Spurs a variety of interesting options. They could use them to add more young talent to their core, or they could use Atlanta's future as a bargaining chip to acquire a star to join Wembanyama. Maybe Mikal Bridges or a reunion with Derek White. The possibilities are endless. The Spurs may not be competing for a title this season, but as things change in San Antonio, the Hawks could be regressing in time for the Spurs to be reborn and begin a new era of success.